So it turns out that there are VPN services that you can purchase from the Darknet. Now you might be wondering, why on earth would you go through all of the trouble of going on Tor, searching up VPNs on a deep web search engine, and then sift through all of the scams, dead links, and just plain irrelevant search results to find a good solution when you probably got a VPN ad at the beginning of this video? Well, if you purchase a VPN off of an onion site, that might actually be your best bet at getting at least close to an anonymous VPN. You see, so many VPNs use misleading or just straight up false claims in their ads. A lot of them used to actually claim that they could make you anonymous on the internet. And obviously, if they want you to give them your name, phone number, email address, and credit card info to use their service, there's no way that that could be anonymous. Now, there are services like Mullvad VPN, which are generally considered to be the most private VPN solution because you can purchase the service with cash and they don't require you to use an email or phone number to use their service. Sounds about perfect, but unfortunately, Mullvad VPN does not have an onion site. They used to have one a couple of years ago, but you can see it's dead now, so I guess they just felt like it wasn't worth it to host it anymore. Now, you could, of course, go to Mullvad's ClearNet site, and you can access it from the Tor browser. They don't block Tor IPs, and just purchase it for cash that way. But visiting a ClearNet site on Tor is still nowhere near as anonymous as visiting an onion site on Tor, since your traffic has to go through an exit node and then onto the regular internet to reach that ClearNet site. So I went on to the Phobos search engine, which shout out to them because this was probably the best search engine on Tor that was able to actually give me accurate results for this video without giving me a bunch of weird ads on the side of the page. I just searched up VPNs and we're going to go through some of the results. So this first one here claims to be an anonymous VPN service. So let's see what this is all about. Now there's a couple of problems with this site, especially with it being on Tor. I mean, it's a nice looking site, but all of this, typing that you see in the page, this is being done with JavaScript. And we typically want to avoid using JavaScript on Tor sites because JavaScript can be, if it's poorly implemented, it can be used to de-anonymize the users of your website. Another really kind of glaring problem, so we see this notification, which if Tor will tell me, yeah, so we see that this onion site will not be reachable soon. And the reason it's saying that is because this site is using a V2 onion address instead of the longer, more secure V3 addresses. And Tor is going to be deprecating these soon. They've been pretty much saying that they're going to deprecate them for a year now. They're trying to get everyone switching over because obviously some people like these guys are very, very slow to update their site. So yeah, you guys should go ahead and do that. Because requiring JavaScript on a V2 onion site is just no bueno. So let's at least take a look at what these guys have to offer. If we go to the pricing page, and this is pretty much what it will look like if you had JavaScript disabled. It'll just show this loading screen forever and ever. So it's completely unusable without JavaScript. So we get these different anonymity layers. At layer 1, standard VPN, it looks like they're offering us a double VPN. Or maybe we can choose between standard and quadro VPNs. So this is something that's sort of a new fad that seems to be catching on, is chaining multiple VPNs together to, I guess, be more private and anonymous. But it's really kind of dumb. So I think what's happening is people are thinking that this is going to work like Tor, because obviously Tor bounces your connection between 3 different nodes. But the problem with this is all of these VPN servers are going to be controlled by a single entity. With Tor, at least theoretically, everything is going to be controlled by different people, right? Like you've got different owners of different nodes, and hopefully they won't collude with one another. Now, obviously that still happens even in a system like Tor, which is why putting all of these servers under one umbrella where it's even easier for corruption to happen is really just such a bad idea. But hey, this is just at level 1. Let's get our tinfoil hats on and go all the way to level 5. Let's see what they offer us at this point. So I don't know why the VPN location changed to the United States. That's probably the worst place for your VPN to be if you're trying to make it anonymous, because, man, do our glow boys glow very bright. It's all the tax money, right? They just fuel it into the fire and it helps it glow brighter. But anyway, level 5, they're giving you a VPN plus Tor plus an anonymous remote desktop. So again, this is kind of pointless because these guys are controlling the VPN and they're controlling the anonymous remote desktop. So doing Tor in the middle is pointless. They have the entry and they have the exit. But let's see what this anonymous remote desktop is. Like, what's even the point of this, though? Seriously, like, I'm going to go over a VPN, then Tor, then an anonymous remote desktop, and then what, access the ClearNet from the anonymous remote desktop? I mean, why not just go over a VPN or Tor? Like, even if it's a website that has VPNs blocked, you could just create your own VPN with a VPS and then, get around the block that way. But anyway, this anonymous remote desktop, what are they giving us? 4 cores, which I bet you this isn't really 4 cores. I bet you it's 4 threads. RAM is also 4 gigabytes, so it's kind of a low-spec system. You can't really do a lot with it anyway. 80 gigabyte SSD, and then a 1 gigabit port. And then also the operating systems they're offering are really stupid as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of Windows. Why on earth would you offer Windows for an anonymous remote desktop? And then Tails and Unix aren't even an option. I guess maybe it's not possible in this configuration. The only decent ones are Debian, Kali Linux, Parrot Security, and Kodachi, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like a hardened Ubuntu derivative or something like that. Kind of disappointed that there's no BSDs in here. Like, if you're gonna go full tinfoil hat, you're gonna have to go open BSD. Like, come on, man. So anyway, we'll do a 6-month period, and you see that this is gonna cost me $372. Now, here's where things start to get really silly. And you know what? I actually just noticed something else silly. I think that this is like generic Latin text that you oftentimes get on blog sites when you download a template for them. So I'm kind of thinking that these guys put very, very minimal effort into their web development. But if we go to buy now, you'll see where things get interesting. So notice how the site here, the directory changed to RU. For whatever reason, these guys don't seem to have a payment page that's written up in English. They only have one in Russian, which is still loading. Yeah, so I would wager that, like most Americans, if they were to try and visit this page and then purchase the service, the moment that they get sent to a Russian page, they might start having Cold War flashbacks and throw their computer out the window. But whatever. I'll go through this. I'm pretty sure that's the payment screen because it's got a little picture of money next to it, and then this is where payment goes. So yeah, you can pay with Monero. Now, another thing that's kind of, I consider problematic about this is they require you to have an account. So you can at least set it up with Gorilla Mail. So I just created this random Gorilla Mail account and signed up with them. But this is unnecessary. They should give you an option for paying with tokens, especially when they're trying to be a super anonymous, Darknet onion service. Anyway, moving on. Next is the first VPN service. I don't know why they're telling me that my IP address is the loopback address. That's a little bit weird. But yeah, kind of the same idea. They're offering anonymous VPNs. Same issue with the other site that we saw on the other site is that they still have a V2 address. They really should upgrade to a V3. This page does at least load without JavaScript though, so I'll give them that. So let's try to take a look at how we would buy their service. So let's see, are they doing, yeah, they're doing the double VPNs. All right, so there's a double, there's a multi-double, or there's a quad VPN that you can sign up for. All right, whatever. Let's chain together 4 VPNs and try to be super anonymous. So this is another area of the site where I ran into some problems. So there's a login, right? Let's say that, I don't know, my login is going to be Bob. and my email address. Let's put that same shark lasers. So the password, right? Check this out. So password. Password must contain at least one capital letter, and one digit. So this is some more nonsense, like just some input validation that isn't even accurate. Not to mention that I do literally have capital letters, so I don't know what these guys are on about. But yeah, this is a literal like failure to launch. Can't even create an account to buy their service. Next is Enjala. They actually offer a few different services. They've got domains that you can buy. They've got servers that you can buy from them as well, like VPSs. Now, again, a little bit disappointed that they're not offering any BSD options for a web server. But whatever, we're going to focus on the VPN. They do at least have an Onion v3 address. So that's the first one we've seen so far, and that is great. We'll go to get a secure VPN. They're also charging $5 per month, and there's no like weird nonsense configurations that they're adding on, like no quad VPNs or anything crazy like that. Oh, I already had one in my cart. So we'll go ahead and delete that. Oh, which also reminds me that they require accounts as well. I don't think it shows, but basically they make you create an account with either email or XMPP. So they do give you some more options to, maybe you can use XMPP and you feel more comfortable doing that than email. But again, at the end of the day, accounts are not necessary to use a VPN. You could be using a token. Maybe they just didn't want to use a token separate from all of these other things because maybe you do need accounts for them. I don't really know. So yeah, we see that it's €5 per month. And then we go to add funds. And that's a very reasonable price for a VPN, by the way. And then you have the option of paying with Monero. So this is the first one that I would say is pretty decent. The email requirement is kind of dumb, but you probably could. I mean, I literally did use a throwaway email to set this up. So, you could do that and still have your OPSEC be somewhat decently protected. Now, this last one is actually one that one of you was telling me to check out. I forget who it was. Probably multiple of you wanted me to check it out, but Cryptostorm. So again, they have a Onion v3 site that you can purchase from, and they have all sorts of different claims here on their FAQ about why they're super anonymous. One thing that I do really like about them, though, is that they at least make fairly honest claims. Like, okay, for example, when we look at do you log, every VPN provider has to log something, be it for their websites or their actual VPN service, and we're no exception. The difference between our log policy and competitors is that we openly share exactly what's being logged and why, all described at this link. And they also give a link to another Onion service. So that's good that they're keeping you within the Onion service and not redirecting you to other nonsense like ClearNet links. So in short, we do have some logs for security reasons. We don't keep logs that could be used to identify a customer, such as when they connect, where they connect from, or where they're connecting to. See the aforementioned link for technical details. So this is what I like to see. They're not making any false claims here. Even the first one, I probably should have read this first. Will Cryptostorm make me 100% secure or anonymous? No, because a VPN cannot do that. There's actually no such thing as an all-in-one solution. A VPN is simply one of the many tools that can help you gain a higher level of online security or anonymity. These guys also have a free trial right here at this link, which I think this is the only VPN service that I have seen offered a free trial, which isn't obviously some type of botnet that's just harvesting all of your data, everything that you do within it. So that's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the prices of Cryptostorm. Let's see. So, okay, it looks like there are options for doing multiple devices and stuff. Yearly, $52 for 4 devices, or you can do this monthly option. Oh, actually, I just noticed that this is for credit card payments. Yeah, we don't want that. We want to use altcoins. So let's do 1 year, 4 devices. Oh, are we actually getting... Oh, no, it's the same price. Well, that's good. At least they're not charging us more for using altcoins. And then, yeah, I understand. So far, this is the best looking one. It's also the cheapest one. And there's also no accounts, right? So there's no like login or anything weird like that. And let's see, just make sure that they have Monero. Wow, they have a lot of different tokens that they offer payments with. This is pretty good. Let's see. See, I'm not seeing my Monero. There it is. All right, so yeah, there's an option to pay with Monero and no accounts, Onion v3. This might actually be more anonymous than Mulvad. I think I'm gonna have to purchase this and then maybe use it for a month or so and then compare it to Mulvad, and then I can say definitively from a first-hand experience what the better VPN service is. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if there were any other good VPN onion sites that I missed.